Hello and welcome. In front of me is the Great Hall of Hogwarts. This is the one model I always wanted to build myself. Well, this is a mock, not a Lego set. I have built all of the new releases of the Lego Hogwarts models that Lego has brought out since 2018. These were 3 actually. So playsets. But since I was like 12, I wanted to build a big, almost minifigure scale version of the Great Hall. For me, it is the most iconic part of the Harry Potter movies. And it just looks so beautiful and nice. It is more than a castle, it has something of a sweet cathedral. And it's just beautiful to look at. Well, this isn't the entire Hogwarts. My goal was once to have the most detailed version of Hogwarts on YouTube. So not the largest version, I wouldn't be able to beat that ever, that would be impossible, but I started building a few rooms of the Hogwarts interior. I uploaded 2 videos, the first one was okay, it was successful. The second one didn't really hit, and I was discouraged by that and didn't upload the 2 other Hogwarts rooms I had built, Umbridge's office and the troll in the bathroom scene from the first movie. Now, building the Great Hall was like the end goal of this series. Like the Great Hall, it would be the big finale. Well, it didn't come to get that, and I just, maybe I will stop doing YouTube, I will stop doing Lego altogether, because I just didn't enjoy it very much anymore. I designed everything in Brickling Studios and ordered the pieces, built it afterwards, obviously filming, so I could release it on YouTube. And if you film everything, have to move around the camera constantly, also doing voiceovers, scripting everything. This video is free. It is a lot of work and just not a lot of fun for me, I realized. And I came to a point where I had a lot of time in my life, and I knew I could build some Lego. And I looked at my pieces, and now I had a ton of 10 bricks. I owned a lot of the Hogwarts castle that came out, so I had the right pieces. And I just started building the foundation, the rock faces and everything. So I had a solid base, and well, I just took out all the pieces I had that would fit all the little windows that I have acquired a ton of in the recent years from all the Harry Potter sets. And I just built it. And I was extremely happy with it once I saw, well, it is really coming together nicely. I had to build some stuff again because I wasn't happy with it, but even that was a fun part of the project. It was really like returning to childhood, returning to playing with Lego, actually creating something out of your head and maybe even out of your heart. So it was the most fun I had with Lego in a lot of years. And I'm sure you have already seen now a lot of images and impressions of the thing, but I will now explain to you a bit more in detail what I have actually done here. So obviously it's really all about this. This stuff here is just so it wouldn't be that empty. I didn't plan anything, and I knew, well, a courtyard wouldn't fit here, so you could say that that's just like it is in the books, because in the books you can imagine everything for yourself. We have a carriage here with no horses, that is also accurate. A little tree, because why not? A little lantern, which just looks nice. And obviously a lot of minifigures already populating the outside, as well as some animals. This tower right here isn't really where it should be. It should be actually more in front, but you know, this is my version and it doesn't need to be perfect. I really like it just how it is. I took a lot of inspiration from the 2024 model of Hogwarts that came out by LEGO, which also had this space here with no windows, a smaller space with windows, and this really large one where the windows go all the way up. And here we have these slow pieces, these double-sided slow pieces actually. And this is just like the 2018 version of the LEGO Hogwarts model was built at this point of the castle. And that also counts for these little squares here. Don't know if that is the right word actually. This part is more inspired by the 2024 version. Well, I just scanned through my head and looked which ideas are up there, and this just looked really good to me. I think it overall the image is quite stunning. I like it a lot. This roof just sits in here. You can take it out easily. I will show you that later. And here we have the 3 towers. The largest one is really big. This would be inspired by the Chamber of Secrets version that came out by LEGO, but this would be like the large tower. And these small towers here are in the 2024 version actually the middle tower. So this would be the large one. So you get an idea of the scale. We have here the front. This is pretty movie accurate. The gates here can open up into the inside. I also added some sand green accents, really just. It was the classic color used in the first versions of Hogwarts that LEGO has brought out as sets, and it just adds a nice contrast, I think. Okay, let's move on to the inside. We have a lot of minifigures populating the set. I can also see both floors. These are the rooms I mentioned earlier that I have built for YouTube. And here obviously we have the large tables, only 2, not 4. And here the table for the teachers, also with the big nice chair that Dumbledore has. Actually, I don't think I have built a chair. Well, okay, doesn't matter, I can't see really what I'm showing you. Here we have the golden owl that Dumbledore stands on when he gives his large and impressive speeches. If you have read the books, you know what I'm talking about. And also on the tables are a lot of foods that could fit for breakfast, for dinner, or also non-food stuff like a chess set, a chocolate for a card, or a letter. Just really anything that you can see on the tables in the movies at any time. And here we have the candles, the flying candles. Not really a lot of flying candles, and they are really high up. Here's a lot of empty space, I admit that, but I didn't have any idea to add in something else, except maybe the banners that are hanging here from the houses. But I just left it empty because... yeah. And also here we have the clouds, which are also directly taken from the 2024 Hogwarts model. I was creative with it, I promise. But I took a lot of inspiration, yes. Also, I didn't use that many minifigures from my Harry Potter collection in total, but I did use all my students. So I don't know how many these are. Maybe you can count them and write it in the comments. I also really like this part up here. You can take the tower off. And here is the scroll in which all the names of the students are written in. A really fun detail as well. Yes. Down here is the potions classroom, and also the Hufflepuff common room. If you want to have a detailed look at these two, you can watch my other 2 videos that I put up on YouTube. Really, that's it. Oh, the back side, I forgot that. Well, it isn't the prettiest, and you have here like this weird cutout, because here's the common room, or potions classroom. And something that is interesting as well is actually that in both lengths of the castle, it isn't an even number of studs. So that's why you have here like this 1 stud gap up here. Just some nerdy Lego stuff detail. Yes. And that is pretty much it. Well, this was a very different video. I never spoke so freely on YouTube. And I also never built so freely ever. I think I always followed the instructions. It is a little bit like the Lego movie, if you have seen this film. So the awakening to start with real creativity. And I have another video that another model really that I want to show you in a video, but I don't know how well this video will do, because it won't be highly edited, it won't... Yes, I didn't talk too technically to you, but maybe you just enjoyed looking with me at what I have built, the Great Hall, and maybe I was also able to transfer some of the joy I had with this model, because I did have a lot of joy just looking at it really and seeing, wow, I built that just like that, it came out of my head. So maybe you can also take a portion of that with you and just look at the Lego stuff you have. Maybe you can't build a Great Hall, but you can build anything out of Lego, you know, that's the great thing. And I want to inspire you, if that is possible, to just do something creative, because it is really fun, it gives you a lot, and also creativity needs, like, you need to stir it up. And then, you know, it gets moving, it starts to live in your head, and it's just a really great thing. It's just a great gift that we as humans have. So start doing something and you will get a lot of joy out of it. I promise you. Yes. Also, I didn't think I talked about all the animals, because I really like animals, and I just put all the magical animals that I had in this set. The Niffler is my favorite one. It just sits here down at the little tower. Yes. Okay. That was the video, and thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you want, and maybe I will see you again. Maybe not, and that is also fine with me. Okay. Have a nice day, and bye.